The attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, has become one of the most significant historical events of the 20th century, not only because of its significance in World War II, but also because of the emotional human stories associated with it. In this article, we will explore the untold stories of Pearl Harbor, from eyewitnesses, survivors, to little-known aspects of the attack. 1. Historical background. 1.1. The situation before the attack. Before the attack, the world situation had become more tense than ever. Japan was expanding its military in Asia, and the United States, with its punitive policies, had created a potential war environment. Pearl Harbor, the largest U.S. naval base in the Pacific, became the focus of attention. 1.2. Signs of the attack. Although there were many signs that a Japanese attack was imminent, these warnings were either ignored or not fully heeded. Intelligence messages were forgotten, information was not relayed in a timely manner, and mistakes in identifying the threat led to the surprise attack. 2. Survivors. 2.1. The USS Arizona crew. One of the ships hit hardest during the attack was the USS Arizona. Thousands of men died in the horrific explosion, but survivors from the Arizona, such as Sailor William L. Bill Wilson, recounted their vital moments during the battle. 2.1.1 Bill Wilson's story. Bill Wilson, a young sailor at the time, recounted what it was like to hear bombs falling and see his ship on fire. He described the moment he and his crew had to fight the flames and rescue the wounded. It was a race against time. We had to do everything we could to save people's lives. 2.2. The USS Oklahoma sailor story. The USS Oklahoma was also one of the ships attacked. One surviving sailor, Seaman James Jim Smith, recounted how he and his crew struggled to escape the ship as it rolled. We didn't know what was going on. It all happened so fast, and we were just trying to survive. 3. Tough decisions. 3.1 Leadership and decisions. In the terrible moments, military commanders had to make difficult decisions. Admiral Husband E. Kimmel, commander of the Pacific Fleet, faced difficult questions about whether to order a counterattack. 3.2 Lesser-known figures. In addition to the famous commanders, there were many other figures in the attack who made important but less-known contributions. For example, Sergeant Charles R. McDonald, a radar operator, detected the presence of Japanese aircraft but was unable to convince his superiors that this was a real attack. 4. Stories of courage. 4.1 Heroic acts. The attack was not only a story of defeat but also a story of courage. Many sailors showed extraordinary courage in rescuing their comrades and fighting the fires. 4.2 Stories of nurses and doctors. While many were injured, nurses and doctors worked tirelessly to treat the wounded. The story of Nurse Ruth McDonald, who helped dozens of wounded, demonstrates the power of the human spirit in a time of crisis. 5. Aftermath and response. 5.1 Heavy damage. The attack caused great damage to the U.S. Navy, with millions of dollars in damage and thousands of lives lost. Battleships such as the USS Arizona and USS Oklahoma became symbols of sacrifice. 5.2 Fighting spirit. However, this devastation also created a strong fighting spirit in the hearts of the American people. The next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave a famous speech in which he called December 7th a fateful day. 6. Painful memories. 6.1 Memorials. Pearl Harbor has become a symbol of sacrifice and patriotism. Every year, Americans hold memorials to remember those who died in the attack. 6.2 Cultural heritage. The attack has been reflected in many works of art, film, and literature. Stories about Pearl Harbor are not only history, but also inspiration for many generations. 7. Conclusion. The attack on Pearl Harbor was not only a military attack, but also a human war. The untold stories of courage, determination, and humanity have created a lasting cultural legacy. Pearl Harbor is not only a page in history, but also a reminder of the strength of humanity in the most difficult times. These stories will continue to live on in the minds of those who love peace and freedom. Thank you for watching the whole video. If you find it interesting, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.